Hey Russell fam, in this video you are going to see the first 2 weeks of my Father's Day. We are talking about the creation each day. We'll be back to show you that in just a second. All right, so today we are talking about creation day 1. So in the beginning, God created the sky and the earth. The earth was empty and had no form. Darkness covered the ocean, and God's Spirit was moving over the water. Then God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. God saw that the light was good, and he divided the light from the darkness. He named the light day and the darkness night. Evening passed and morning came. This was the first day. So in my Father's world, the math part, each day has a number that goes along with the creation that they're going to color. Well, today is number 1. There's the light and the dark for day and night. And our activity for today is we are going to take a piece of paper, which I already cut in half, and this is the light and this is the dark. So Becca, what you're going to do is you're going to put glue all over the back of this, and we're going to glue it here. And there's a Bible verse for each day that goes along with our lesson. And this is number 1 for day 1. It says, God made light. God divided the light from the darkness. So this is our craft that we're doing for today to help them understand creation day 1. All right, I think that's good. So let's flip it over. And we're going to put it on our paper. Good job. All right, and then we're going to take our Bible verse right here, and we're going to glue it on there. We're going to put it right here at the bottom. Can you put it right there for me? Here? There you go. Good job. So on day 1, what did God create?
Light.
And?
Dark.
And he called them what? What did he call the light?
Dark.
Day.
Day.
And he called the dark what?
Night.
Night. Good job. And that is Genesis 1:1-5. All right, so we'll be back with day 2. All right, this is day 2 of the creation that we are doing with my Father's world. For this, you will need a blue piece of construction paper cut like water. You will need a white piece of paper. You will need some glue. And you will need some cotton balls. And you will need a light blue color. All right, so on day 2, then God said, "Let there be something to divide the water in 2. So God made the air and placed some of the water above the air and some below it. God named the air sky. Evening passed and morning came. This was the second day." So on day 2, we are going to draw some waves on blue paper and cut it out, which we already did. And now we are going to glue this down for the ocean. So glue the ocean. There you go. Let's put a little bit right there, make sure it stays. All right, now we're going to turn it over. We're going to put it on the paper down at the bottom. Oh, that was sticking. There you go. All right, now I want you to color the sky blue. All right, while she's coloring that, I'm going to cut out day 2 right here that has the water and the clouds, and then I'm going to let her color this, and then we're going to glue it to a piece of paper and add it to our creation book. As you see, we have day 1 that we did, the day and the night, and then we have where we did the day and the night right here with our day 1. And then when she gets done, we'll add all of this day 2 to our book as well. All right, sis, we'll finish coloring that in just a minute. We're going to glue some clouds up on the top, okay?
Okay.
All right, so we're going to pull them apart a little bit, make them fluffy, like that. And then we're going to, where do you want to put some glue?
I want to put it.
No, not that far up, baby. Because of the, all right, there you go. Put some right there. Can you pull one apart like I just did?
Here, do I need to help?
No, she's not. These holes mean we're going to put it in our book, so we got to keep it a little down here. I didn't tell you that. That's okay. All right, you got it pulled apart? There you go. Put another cloud right there.
I used to love gluing stuff when I was her age.
All right, and now we are going to add, God made the sky, God divided the water above and below the sky. So we're going to glue that. And we're going to put it down here on the water. Can you put it down on the water for me, Becca?
And then I'll get back to coloring.
Then you can get back to coloring. Good job. There you go. All right, we'll be back for day 3. All right, today is day 3, land and plants. Then God said, "Let the water under the sky be gathered together, so the dry land will appear." And it happened. God named the dry land earth, and the water that was gathering together sea. God saw that this was good. Then God said, "Let the earth produce plants, some to make grain and seeds, and others to make fruits with seeds in them." Bless you.
Thank you.
Every seed will produce more of its own kind of plant. And it happened. The earth produced plants with grain for seeds and trees that made fruit with seeds. Each seed grew into its own kind of plant. God saw that all of this was good. Evening passed and morning came. This was day 3. So on day 3, I went ahead and helped Becca a little bit. I'm going to let her finish it. On here, we are to draw and color the ocean, which is right here. I'm going to let her fill that in. The hills, which are here. The trees, I'm going to let her draw apples and oranges on the trees, and we're going to draw flowers down here on the bottom. And then we are going to glue God made seas, dry land, and plants on there. And then we're going to color our day 3, which is the fruit and the trees and the earth down here. So we're going to color that too. So Becca is going to color all this, and we will show you when it's done. All right, here is day 3 that Becca colored, where we did the ocean and the mountains and the flowers and the trees and the fruit on the trees. And then here is where we colored the number 3. And so today is going to be day 4. And on day 4, then God said, "Let there be light in the skies to separate the day from the night. These lights will be used for signs, seasons, days, and years. there will be in the sky to give light to the earth. And it happened. So God made 2 large lights. He made the brighter light to rule the day, and he made the smaller light to rule the night. He also made the stars. God put all in the sky to shine on earth, to rule over the day and over the night, and to separate the light from the darkness. God saw all these good things. Evening passed and morning came. This was day 4. Okay, so day 4, what it tells us to do is kind of like day 1. It tells us to make half dark and half white. So use half a piece of black construction paper, which is left over from day 1. And then you have your white right here. And what we're going to draw is we're going to draw the sun over here on this side. And we're going to draw, the moon and the stars with a white crayon on this side. And then we're going to glue to the bottom like we've done on everything else. God made the sun, the moon, and the stars. And then here is number 4 for day 4, where it talks about the moon and the sun. And Becca's going to color the sun down here. And then she's going to draw us a sun and the stars and the moon. And so we will show you this when she is done. All right, here is Becca's day 4. God made the sun, the moon, and the stars. There's Becca's moon and her stars and her sun. And then on day 4, she colored number 4, and she colored the sun. So today is day 5. And on day 5, hang on one second. Genesis 1:20 through 23. Then God said, "Let the water be filled with living things, and let the birds fly in the air above the earth." So God created the large sea animals and every living thing that moves in the sea. The sea is filled with living things, with each one producing more of its own kind. They also made every bird that flies, and each bird produced more of its own kind. God saw that this was good. God blessed them and said, "Have many young ones, so that you may grow in number." Bless you.
Thank you.
"Fill the water of the seas, and let the birds grow in numbers on the earth." Evening passed and morning came. This was the 5th day. So on the 5th day, God created birds and fish and animals in the sea. So Becca's going to finish coloring this. And then we're going to glue this to it. It says number 5, God made living creatures in the sea and birds. And then she'll finish coloring this on day 5, and we'll show it to you. All right, here is day 5. God made living creatures in the sea and birds. There's the sea and birds. And then here's day 5 with the sea and the birds. And today is day 6. Day 6 says, God said, "Let the earth be filled with animals, each producing more of its own kind. Let there be tamed animals and small crawling animals and wild animals, and let each produce more of its own kind." And it happened. So God made the wild animals, the tame animals, and all the small crawling animals to produce their own kind. God saw this was good. Then God said, "Let us make human beings in our own image and likeness, and let them rule over the fish and the sea and the birds in the sky, over the tame animals, over all the earth, and over all the small crawling animals on the earth." So God created human beings in his image. In the image of God, He created them. He created them male and female. God blessed them and said, "Have many children and grow in numbers. Fill the earth and be its master. Rule over the fish in the sea and over the birds in the sky and over every little living thing that moves on the earth." God said, "Look, I have given you all the plants that have grain for seeds and all the trees whose fruit have seeds in them. They will be food for you. I have given all the green plants as food for every wild animal, every bird of the air, and every small crawling animal." And it happened. God looked at everything He made, and it was very good. Evening passed and morning came. This was the 6th day. So on the 6th day today, Becca is going to draw two people, which is Adam and Eve, and she's going to draw some of her favorite animals. And then she is going to color this for day 6. We'll be back to show you that. All right, here's Becca's day 6. She drew Adam and Eve and a cat and a dog, and it said, "God made animals and other living creatures on the land. God made man and woman." And then here was day 6 that she colored. All right, and on day 7, "So the sky and the earth and all that filled them were finished. By the 7th day, God finished the work He had been doing. So He rested from all His work. God blessed the 7th day and made it holy, because on that day He rested from all the work He had done in creating the world." So on the 7th day, God rested. You don't draw anything on your paper. You just glue that to the bottom. And then that was day 7. All right, so in our instructions, it tells us to make a creation book. And that's what we did. There's day 1. Let me do it like this. See a little better. There's day 1. God made light. God divided the light from the darkness. Day, night. There's day 2. And I've already showed you all these. I just wanted to show you how we put it together as a book. Day 3. And then there's day 3. Day 4. Day 5. Day 6. And then day 7. And that is Becca's creation book that she did from using My Father's World, God's Creation, from A to Z, the kindergarten curriculum. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give us a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We do lots of homeschooling and lots of cooking videos. So I hope you have a great day. Bye!